Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're digging into something most people deal with eventually, but maybe don't think about until they have to. Passports. U.S. passports, specifically.
That's right. We've got sources covering, the different forms, when you need which one, renewals.
And even some, really specific details. I saw one about signing for a child.
Yep, that's in there.
Mm.
And also a look at services that claim to make the whole thing easier.
Okay, so our mission today is basically to untangle all that, make sense of the forms, the rules, and figure out the key things you really need to know.
Let's do it.
All right, so diving in, the first big thing from the sources is, well, it's not just one passport application, is it? It depends.
Exactly. It really depends on your situation. The sources highlight the DS-11 form first.
Okay, DS-11, when does that come into play? Looks like for anyone under 16.
Yes, definitely for minors under 16, but also, crucially, for your very first U.S. passport as an adult.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. And there were other cases too, like if your last passport is super old.
Right, if it was issued more than 15 years ago. Or another one is if you're over 16 now, but your last passport was issued when you were 15 or younger.
Gotcha. So it sounds like the DS-11 is for situations needing maybe more careful checks, first-timers, long gaps.
That's a good way to think about it. These often need you to apply in person, show more proof. It makes sense.
Okay, so what about the easier path? Renewals? I assume there's a different form for that.
There is, generally, that's the DS-82.
Yeah.
But you have to qualify. The sources are specific here.
Right, you need your old passport, physically have it.
Yes, and it can't be damaged. And like we touched on with the DS-11 distinction.
It had to be issued when you were 16 or older, so an adult passport renewal.
Precisely. Also things like if you're running out of blank pages or it's expiring soon or it expired less than 5 years ago.
Okay, that covers most standard renewals then. Oh wait, there was one more. Name changes.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Yes, if you legally changed your name and your current passport was issued less than a year ago, you can use the DS-82 to update it.
So DS-82 is the streamlined option if you check all those boxes, keeping your adult passport current.
Exactly.
But what if disaster strikes? Your passport's gone, lost, maybe stolen.
That's where the DS-64 comes in. It's specifically for reporting it lost or stolen.
Just reporting it, or getting a new one too.
Both, actually. You can use it just to invalidate the lost or stolen one, which is important, or you can use it to report it and apply for a replacement simultaneously.
Yeah.
It's about locking down your identity.
Okay, that covers the main forms. Now, you mentioned that detail about signing for a child. That seems like something easy to get wrong.
It really does. And the source was very clear. If a child is too young to sign their own first passport book,
Which is probably most very young kids.
right, the parent or legal guardian actually prints the child's name on the signature line. They don't try to forge the kid's signature or anything.
Ah, okay. Print the child's name. Then what?
Then the parent signs their own name in the signature space.
So the parent's signature is what goes there.
Yes. And then importantly, next to their signature, in the parentheses, they have to write their relationship to the child. Mother, father, legal guardian.
That's super specific. Print child's name, parent signs own name, add relationship. Got it.
It underlines the parent's responsibility in the process.
Now, all these forms, these rules, it does sound like it could be a bit overwhelming. And the sources mentioned services trying to help.
Yeah, they did. They brought up online platforms, using MyPassportHub as one example. The idea is to simplify filling out these government forms.
How do they supposedly work?
Well, according to the source, you'd select the form you need online, fill it out using some kind of guided wizard.
Like a step-by-step helper tool.
Seems like it.
Hmm.
Then, they claim experts review it for errors before you get the final document.
And then you print it and mail it in, or take it in person if needed.
Yeah, they handle the preparation, you handle the submission. They listed benefits like simpler forms, quick contact.
Safe data, support available anytime, that sort of thing.
Right. And they mentioned covering the main situations. Expired, lost, stolen, damaged, new ones.
Did the source give any, stats or claims?
It did mention some numbers attributed to that example service, like being in business over 10 years, handling over 700,000 passports.
Wow. And saving customers over 1 million hours. That's a bold claim.
It is. But it speaks volumes about how complex or time-consuming people feel the standard process is, that there's a market for simplifying it.
So pulling this all together, what's the big picture from this deep dive? Getting a passport isn't monolithic. It really hinges on your specific circumstances.
Absolutely. First time, renewal, lost passport,
Hmm.
they all trigger different forms, different requirements. And seemingly small details like that child signature rule are actually critical.
And the fact that these third-party services exist and make claims about saving so much time, well, it highlights a real friction point for people navigating bureaucracy.
It definitely suggests that complexity and time are major factors for users.
Okay, let's leave our listeners with something to chew on. Thinking about that very precise rule for a parent signing, or the idea of saving a million hours. What seemingly tiny detail or point of friction in some everyday process you encounter, maybe not passports,